one that I am excited for. I am excited. I am pumped for this stream. For a very particular reason. This was one of the games. This was the game that first inspired me to launch PS4. So now to be streaming it, I am stoked. Ratchet and Clank, the whole series basically, it was just incredible. It's just an incredible game series. I've been playing it PS2. I absolutely love it. It is going to be absolutely amazing. I have not gotten super far into this remake. I did originally. I wanted to play through this whole thing blind. Unfortunately, though, the beginning has been spoiled for me because I wanted to stream it, but my internet was not. On the days I was going to stream it, my internet was not great. So I didn't really get to stream it. So I just said, screw it. I'm just gonna play it, and then I'm just gonna stream it later. But anyways, let's just get started on this thing. I'm super excited. Let's go. Gonna go new game, normal. Yeah, sure, whatever. Alright, I guess. So I guess my off-stream save no longer exists. But you know what? I don't care. I get to play this game on stream. And I'm excited for it.
Open up on 7. Move it out, Shiv.
Oh yeah. Hero, huh?
Identifying prisoner 117, Shiv, Helix.
You think you can break me, copper? Yeah, I've been in the darkest pits of the universe. Places that would make your bolts rattle. The eternity pits of Sword Doom. The iron holding no balance. Nah.
Greetings, new fish. I'm...
Captain Quark. I don't believe it. You're here. I used to dream of being arrested by you.
Now get out of here. I was talking to you, Zed.
Yes, Captain.
So, new fish, I take it you followed my many, many adventures?
Of course I have. You're the most famous superhero in the galaxy.
He ain't famous anymore.
Words hurt, Solitary Bill.
I'm a huge fan. I even pre-ordered the new Ratchet and Clank holo game.
The what?
You know, the game based on that incident with you and that Lombax.
Oh, you must mean the holo film. Yeah, it's pretty good, if you like all CG.
No, I mean the game. It's based on the holo film. Look, here's my confirmation email. I'm having it mag shipped to prison.
They're making a game based on a holo film based on my life? But they haven't even consulted me. Oh, this is my fault. I've been away from my adoring public in this forsaken place too long. And now, no one will ever hear my side.
I'd like to hear your side, Captain.
You would? Well, then sit down, wary criminal, and I'll tell you a story. It all started with a hapless Lombax named Ratchet.
Where do you think you're going?
Hey, Grim, you're here. I thought you'd be down at the bazaar shopping for gravity coils.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm here. I'm always here. I don't suppose you sneaking out would have anything to do with those Galactic Ranger tryouts?
I just need 1 hour. Come on, Grim. These are the Galactic Rangers we're talking about. Captain Quark will be there.
No leaving the garage until you help fix Mr. Micron's ship. Now get on that bolt crank. Look at this.
All right.
Avionics fried, CPU fried, even the
so,
gosh darn gravity coil fried.
the story of this game
Let's see
is
if these
based
new
more on the
Versabons
movie
work.
than it is on the original
Look up.
Ratchet
You see
Clank
something
game.
flashing?
Yep. Left side looks
The
good.
movie had it.
It's a miracle.
The
Onto the
plot of
afterburner.
the first game
Afterburner
was
light checks out.
very simple,
This
but
thing
then
might
when they
just be
made the
space
movie
worthy
to
after
promote
all. One
this
more to the-
this
Afterburner
remake,
So, are we good?
they added a lot more like plot
Yep,
elements,
we're
and they
good.
sort of condensed
The new
it down
sense
so
of
that you know
triumph for being held at the
it would actually be
fairground.
like a film.
Show 'em what you
So
got,
the
kid.
plot of this game falls more in line with the movie rather than the original game. But the gameplay and the level design and the world design, that is like homegrown original. They're fans of the original, like I'm talking like die-hard fans who have the whole game memorized. You will definitely notice changes in like the order of things. Specifically, a lot of gadgets you get at different times. So a lot of those things are different. But aside from that, there's a lot of stuff that holds true and remains the same from the original. And
Ratchet bashed his enemies using his
in-
trusty Omni Wrench.
like,
In order to best his
it's
foes,
a good game. I
Ratchet
don't really
used
know
the
how to
warrior's
express
time-honored
it through
tradition
words,
of jumping.
but it's great. It's good. It's good. It's great.
Knew he
It's
faced
great.
mortal peril. Should he find himself on the verge of death?
So, for those of you who have never played a Ratchet and Clank game, what the hell are you doing? But also, this is Ratchet for Lombax. We got single jump, double jump. It's basically a 3D action platformer and a third-person shooter. We have wrench. It can be used to whack things, just like wrenches in real world. However, it's also able to, you know, do actual wrench
Save
stuff.
enough bolts so we can buy a new weapon to protect the galaxy with.
Hey, who's telling the story?
Melee combat and gunplay is sort of simplistic. This was really more of just like a platformer and shooter. It was on the PS2. It was nothing too in-depth, but it's something that's just enjoyable. It doesn't really have to have the most intricate of mechanics. It can just be a really good game. It can just be a really fun experience to have, and it is.
Greetings, cadets, and welcome to the Galactic Ranger recruitment event. Yes, your metal.
The Galactic Rangers, this was something that was added really in the film. The Galactic Rangers weren't really characters in the original game. Captain Quark was, but characters like Cora Veralux, who's talking to us now, and the other Galactic Rangers weren't. And as well, one of the antagonists we'll be encountering later, Dr. Nefarious, was not in the original game. He wasn't introduced until Game 3, but in this game he's a character.
Hey there, recruit. I'm Frax Lectress, and my specialty is brute force. Let's see how well you can bash these Hey, that was pretty good. Keep moving. It's time to get our hands on some firepower.
Alright, and weapons. This is one of my... This is personally just like a fanboy thing for me, is that the very first weapon they give you, most of the games, the first weapon that they give you is a standard blaster, but in the very first game, the first weapon you got was the bomb club. And in this game, you get like fusion grenades, but the principle remains the same, in that you get bombs first, before you even get a blaster.
The Solana Galaxy is a perilous place, as evidenced by the large amounts of ammunition left sitting around in crates.
Also, the humor of this game is great. The humor of the first game was great. You know what? I might just be entirely blinded by nostalgia for the entirety of this playthrough, but you know what? Sometimes just having a fun, nostalgic experience is enough.
We've armed these dummies with Gadgetron flamethrowers. Our lawyers are totally cool with it.
Good job, recruits. You may just be the next Galactic Ranger. Head to the final challenge.
Come on, Ratchet. You can do this.
It's time for the final challenge. Survive a brutal onslaught.
However, there are a lot of mechanics. The first game was good, but it was very bare bones in terms of its mechanics. And it didn't have things that weren't... But in this remake, they introduced a lot of mechanics that weren't introduced until the sequel. And mechanics that were really good. For example, if you look up in the upper left, you'll see that there's like an XP bar under my weapon, and in the middle there, I just leveled up and gained max health. There's an XP bar there. In the original game, your weapons did not level up at all. You couldn't even upgrade them, and your health could only, and you could only upgrade your health by buying upgrades at a go up until about like a good 40% of the way into the game, and even then it was fairly expensive. Bolts were also much harder to come by. Bolts being the currency were much harder to come by in the first game, but in this game they're a lot more generous with them. But in the first game they were fairly sparing, and you honestly had to make the conscious decision of what weapons you wanted to level up and which weapons you wanted to refuel on ammo and which ones you didn't. Oh, and my gameplay recording stopped. Okay, then I'm just gonna skip the cutscenes then. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna have to skip all the cutscenes. That's too bad.
If he could just run to the vent, he might just make it out of there alive.
That's too bad.
I know you will find the defect.
Well, anyways, this is Clank. Again, the story deviates quite a bit from the original.
He would have to throw a bomb at whatever lay in his path.
But, I mean, at the same time, Clank's original backstory had already sort of been retconned in the Future series. The Future series basically being like, there were the PS2 games, which was the original series, and then the series had a big comeback on the PS3 in their Ratchet and Clank Future series. It followed supposedly the same timeline, but they sort of did alter Clank's canon origin. They sort of retconned it, and instead gave him a much more time travel-y origin.
Oh my.
I don't like how that prompt slows it down.
You're running, you useless piece of scrap.
Oh, and this is Victor. Victor was a character introduced in the movie, so he wasn't in the original game. And he is voiced by Sylvester Stallone. So that is a big win. Or I gotta say, there are some moments like that right there that do a pretty good job of reminding you that Sylvester Stallone isn't a voice actor.
Where should he throw it?
I'm sorry, Sylvester, but there are points where it's kind of noticeable.
You won't get away from me, Chairman. I've got him right where I want him.
I forgot this. Sorry, I'm just thinking about stuff to talk about, and I'm not really focused on the gameplay. It's... oh, whatever. But this is exciting to stream, and I am super happy to be doing it. I am having a great time. And there is going to be so much nostalgia-induced ignorance in this, by the way, too.
You think you can run from me?
I'm going to be wearing
That brute again.
I'm going to be wearing a nostalgia blindfold.
Get back here, you miserable defect! Try outrunning this! I'm gonna rip you apart, sprocket by sprocket! Water!
Yeah, voice lines like that, which really... Up. Okay, and so skipping this cutscene. And skipping this cutscene. And can't. Nope, that's all the cutscene.
Would it be the key to the adventure he craved? Did he leave
Alright,
the road
basically,
on in the
Ratchet and
garage?
Clank have just
The
met
answer
up.
to all these questions was yes.
We're a team now.
All right, hang on. I'll get us back to the garage.
Gonna pick up bolts so we can buy weapons later on.
Large gaps were child's play to Ratchet.
Also, we just get to start with the swing shot in this game. In the original, you had to earn the swing shot by going through a really easy obstacle
A
course.
conveniently placed crate provided Ratchet with a combustion.
Also, a D-pad quick select I like in this game. Works well. Even though we've got the weapon wheel.
You're going down, Lombax!
Uh-oh, Blarg. What are they doing here?
The combustor, however, is not great. It is not the best weapon. It does pretty poor damage, and damage isn't even one of the fields that you get to upgrade. And one last gripe that I have with this game is that I feel the visual effects on the enemy bullets are too small, but the visual compared to the visual effects on your own attack. Because I mean, when we throw a grenade, that explosion appears all over our screen. But enemy bullets, they're super small, and it's really easy to not even... It's really easy to just not even see them and get hit. And so that's one of the major gripes I have with this game, is that in like single shots, enemy bullets can be tricky to even see.
Done, Ratchet.
Drek could have given us. We gotta look for some defect.
Oh no, the Blarg are all over Grim's garage. Grim, are you okay?
I'm fine, kid, but I ain't opening up until the coast is clear.
Just hold tight, Grim. I got this.
Right, so now we basically just got away from him. Grim also is not a character in the original. Ratchet was just sort of a loner. He was also... In this one, Ratchet is a bit more noble in his pursuit, a bit more innocent in his pursuit, really. He's a real, like, I want to be the hero type guy. The first one, he was kind of an asshole, actually. He was a real asshole in the original games.
Disassembled weapons and engine parts everywhere. Didn't you tell me you were gonna clean it up last week?
Yeah, sorry about that. Got held up on a project.
Beginner's Guide to Quantum Burst Engines.
Just throw that anywhere. I have it bookmarked.
What's this? Fun with singularities and other cataclysmic events.
That's really more for educational purposes.
It is always good to meet a fellow academic.
All right,
Right.
Grim. Coast is clear. Can you open up?
Ratchet,
I think this might just be another
Sorry about that, Grim.
cutscene, so we're gonna have to
Get my
skip
tools
it,
ready.
unfortunately.
I just found something in the desert I need to look at.
Interesting. What kind of factory is this?
This? No, this is just a garage. Lived here since I was a kid. Come on, let's get you fixed up.
Alright, skip cutscene. And now we're on Novalis.
Well, it's damaged, but I
Yep.
fixed worse. Come on,
Yep.
maybe there's someone in town who can help us. Wait a
And
second.
this
that
is where the
Raritanium?
nostalgia
We should upgrade our weapons
kicked
first.
me in the nostalgia.
Let's use that
That
vendor
joke
and put
didn't
this
work.
to good
Anyways,
use.
this is where my nostalgia really went crazy. Because of this world right here, this level. Oh, right, we got Raritanium, and it's gonna... it's gonna make us do this tutorial. And the tutorializer. Alright. So I'm gonna buy the Pyrocitor. Because it's honestly just better than our blaster in pretty much every way. Then just upgrade the range and the cone of fire. And really, in most cases, we're just going to be using the Pyrocitor as opposed to the combustor. Just because it's faster, it does more damage because of that.
Our intrepid Lombax delves the depths of deepness.
It doesn't have the same range as the blaster. However, once you upgrade its range, it's pretty good, and so you can really just compensate it with like hit and run tactics, or just getting in and circling an enemy and hitting them with fire continuously. And now in here, beyond these doors, is one of the most nostalgic moments for me, and I'll tell you when it happened. So we entered these caves. We've got some amoeboids.
According to my databanks, they were created by Trek Industries.
And this is another reason why the Pyrocitor is really good, is because for weak enemies, you can just like whip it out, circle around, and it'll only consume like 1 ammo. So just like let the weak enemies swarm you, and then just circle. Go up for air, dive back down for the monies. And in the original game, one of the improvements I really like about this game, though, is they drastically increased the range at which you could pick up bolt. You're much more of a bolt magnet than you were in the first game.
All enemies clear. Well done.
Alright, now, this metal box can only be broken with a bomb, and they put this here to clue you into something. See that little crack in the wall? In the original Ratchet and Clank, in these caves, there was a bombable wall that would lead to a secret. And in this game, it remains consistent. And that was when the little boy inside of you went, "Whee!" Now, originally this was a gold bolt. I don't know why they decided to replace... The weird thing I think about this game is that a lot of the original gold bolt replacements have been replaced with holo cards. But they still have some of the original gold bolt placements. I just don't know why to just change them for holo cards. Why not just keep them as gold bolt? I guess they wanted to have less gold bolt in the game, but... I mean, why? I don't get it. Oh, also this cave here, jumping across these rocks, and then having the rocks fall from the ceiling and form a bridge. That was in the first game. This is also a really nostalgic area for me. I just really loved the first game, and I really love this remake, or reboot, or remaster, or re something.
Ratchet jumped.
I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it's great. Look, I really like this game. Even without, or maybe I shouldn't make the claim even without attachment to the first game, because odds are I probably am incredibly blinded by nostalgia. Also, that right there, that also was a gold hold in the original game. That, again, they just traded it for a holo card. Okay. So see, like, this guy's firing bombs at us. Oh, it's just a straight shot. Okay, I thought he would, like, lob them or something, but I guess it's just a... He holds his arm up, a straight shot with an explosive. I'm trying to think of something to say. Nothing's not getting anything. Oh, and this is one of the best characters in the entirety of the Ratchet and Clank series. The plumber.
Oh, hello there. I'm glad you're here. I've been... Hey, have we met before? 'Cause I'm getting a touch of the old deja vu.
I don't think so.
Huh. Well, guess the old think tank could use a good plumbing. Anywho, I've been trying to get a distress call to the Galactic Rangers ever since Drax's forces showed up.
This entire region is overrun with Blargian dropships. We need to get you out of here.
Well, I can't go anywhere until I get this here infobot into the hands of Captain Quark.
We were on our way to speak with him when our ship was shot down. Perhaps we could take a look.
Oh, sure thing. I swapped it from one of those Blarg soldiers. Here you go.
Oh, hello there. I'm Alonzo Drek, chairman of Drek Industries. Many of you may be wondering, why are 300 heavily armed warbots marching ominously towards a Class G dread ship? The answer is simple, friends. Progress. Years ago, we were driven underground by pollution that may or may not, but most definitely was, caused by my father's company. Since then, we've shifted focus from robotics to planet building. Now that our project is nearing completion, we must do everything possible to stay on schedule. In this case, it means our friendly army of warbots must vanquish those who would seek to stop us. Good news? They don't know we're coming! So sit back, relax, and take comfort in the knowledge that Drek Industries is working for you!
Drek Industries is not working for you.
I see you're having a little transportation trouble. Why don't I meet you by your ship? We'll get you squared away and ready to fly. Geronimo!
Did that guy just slide down a sewer pipe? Well, it does look like the fastest way down.
Alright, and that is the plumber character, mainly because he's just a constant break of the fourth wall. There is a moment in Ratchet and Clank Future, A Crack in Time, the PS3 games, which, hold on, I'm gonna turn down the volume. There we go. In which, he literally appears inside of another character's subconscious, And it's like, what are you even doing here? And he's like, I don't know. I fell down a pipe, and now here I am.
That was awesome. Want to do it again?
It was pretty funny, in my opinion. I think I'm going to be cutting this stream a bit short, maybe, because I feel like this is a game that is better to, like, digest in smaller, bite-sized pieces than, like, say, some of the longer stuff I do in, like, Bloodborne or Dark Souls. So I think I'm just going to, like, do, like, short streams of, like, about half an hour for this game, and have those just into small little episodes that people can pick up and put down. So I think I'm just gonna call it here. This is a fun stream. I love this game, and we'll do more of it tomorrow. Or maybe not tomorrow, but next time, whenever that is. Goodbye and have a good day.